to another edition of It Is What It Is. I'm your host, Joe Forsteri, bringing you fantasy football coverage, breaking it down, matchup by matchup, no sugarcoating it, telling how it is. Let's get things started off by introducing the show. We've got a huge lineup. We're going to break down Week 8. We have a live performance by a mariachi band. We have a post-game conference with Password is Taco, GM Kyle Hennings. And we also have Week 9 previews. Let's get things started off by going over our Week 8 recap. We had this new guy, Battle-Tested Bayonets. He had some huge trades this last week, and they really paid off for him as he beat Heismanberg by a huge margin. Shake and Bake beat Pistol. He only had like 7 guys playing, still pulled out the W. It is what it is, you know. On last week's show, I picked West Coast to pull a huge upset against Scoregasms. Although he did not, he only lost by 2 points. So, you know, Scoregasms is barely hanging on in my opinion. Next up, Bitch got a huge must-win against Perez. Had to win that one to stay alive. He's still in contention. He's still got a chance. And then, obviously, the upset of the week was Taco beating my squad, the Butt Fumblers. Now, we had a little bet going on. If he beat me, then I would have to put a live mariachi band on the show. Because, you know, he's Taco, a Mexican. So, for the first time, we're going to bring you a live band. All right, here's the live band. What a performance. Those guys are awesome. All right, we're going to bring you straight now to Taco's post-game conference.
This year you were matched up against a heavy favorite in Week 1, Scoregasms, widely considered best draft in the league. What did you see in the Scoregasms in Week 1 that made this such a close matchup?
No. The Scoregasms are who we thought they were. They were who we thought they were. We played them in the preseason. Who the hell takes a third game of the preseason like it's bullshit? Bullshit! Scoregasms are who we thought they were, and that's why we took the damn field. If you want to crown them, crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook!
So we've seen a lot of inconsistency from you guys on the field. For example, in Week 7, you lost against one of the bottom tier teams in I'm a Bitch. How do you explain your team's inconsistencies?
We didn't do diddly-poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. We got our ass totally kicked in that second half. It was a horseshit performance.
Those downsides, you've had some upsides, including last week's upset against the number 1 team, Butt Fumblers. How did you motivate your team to play at such a high level after a shitty week?
You play to win the game. You don't just play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. I don't care if you don't have any wins. You play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter and go retire, get out.
Let's talk about Doug Martin, one of your highest paid players on your team. He sustained a significant injury back in Week 7. He hasn't been able to practice. How do you think he's going to be able to contribute to the team down the stretch if he's not even able to practice?
If they can't practice, they can't practice. If they get hurt, they get hurt. It's as simple as that. But it ain't even about that. We sit here, talk about my franchise player, and we talk about practice. Listen, we talk about practice. Not a game. Not a game. Not a game. We talk about practice. Not a game. We talk about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? We talk about practice. I know he's supposed to be there, but we talk about practice. What are we talking about?
was subtly dropped this week after a good start. What was the thought behind letting him go after last week's controversial game?
This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school. I believe this. I'd rather play with 10 people and just get penalized all the way until we gotta do something else, rather than play with 11 people when I know that person is not sold out to be a part of this team. When it's more about them than the team, cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it.
So during this past week's win against Butt Fumbers, there's a play in which your team absolutely obliterated Sidney Rice and stood over him. Did you realize that Sidney Rice had torn his ACL on that play?
Shit, I don't give a hell. It's about this you, man. I don't give a flying you know what above all. I don't give a damn. He'd do the same thing to us. It's war. They don't give a freaking you know what about you. They'll kill you. They're out there to kill you. So we're gonna kill them. You write that in the paper. I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed. We don't care about nobody except this you. We don't. If we didn't hurt him, he'd hurt us. They're gunning for our legs. We're gonna come right back at them. We're fucking soldiers.
Week, you have a pretty big matchup against your rival brother, the Heisenberg. What's your plan of attack against him?
Heisenberg? Wait, Heisenberg? Is that you? Get up here, Heisenberg. Get up here. I'll show you what I'll do to Heisenberg this week.
All right, that was very interesting to say the least. We'd like to apologize for the not so friendly language. It's very clear that he must have been coached by Mike Singletary, and who knows, he might have even played alongside Kellen Winslow back in the day. That post-game conference really gives you the insight into the background of Team Taco. Now we're going to break it down, Week 9 matchups. Usually my team goes last, but this week my team's going to go first. The reason why we're going first is because I'm playing Team Perez this week. He only has like 4 guys in, so it's pretty much a bye week for me this week. I'm going to get that W. Second matchup, we have Scoregasms versus the Battle-Tested Bayonets. In that matchup, it's going to be close. We're going to see Week 2 of the trade, see how that all fell through. Scoregasm making some moves. I'm going to pick Bayonets just because I don't have full faith in Scoregasm still. Third matchup, Hernandez Pistol offense versus the West Coast. Now, even though the West Coast is struggling this year, he's still battling though. I'm going to give West Coast just the feel-good story of this one, so he's going to win. Next, we got a huge matchup. I'm a Bitch versus Shake and Bake. 2 guys that need a must-win here, running out of time. Toss-up, pick it. I'm not going to pick that one. All right, now we have America's Game of the Week. The brothers, Team Taco versus the Heisenberg. Taco gave a little preview of what's going to happen. He's going to lay a smackdown on Heisenberg. Team Taco is going to win. Last quick thought, playoffs coming up. Recap of the standings. Myself, the Butt Fumbers, and Scoregasm sit atop at 6-2. We got Perez, Taco, Shake and Bake, Pistol, and Heisman, all 4-4. Bitch and Bayonet 3-5. West Coast at 2-6. Anybody's matchup, anybody could still get in. I still got faith in you, West Coast.
What the fuck? The fucking lights just went out. The fucking lights? What? Oh my god. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers!